In a dingy studio in Bushwick, Brooklyn, Monkey Chirico and Brian Farrell are giving entrepreneurship a whole new look. Their company, Wrecords by Monkey, sells bracelets, earrings, and keychains, all made out of recycled vinyl records. And by the time they are done turning them into something new, you'd never guess that they once went round and round on an old-fashioned turntable. Monkey, 25, and Brian, 24, met in the dorms of the Fashion Institute of Technology.
In 2003, and during the Christmas season, I started coming out with the idea for the record bracelet and working in my dorms and everything. And then in 2004, we released it in April, doing FIT flea markets and stuff like that, where we had a great response, selling about 200 bracelets our first day.
And since then, they've made over 100,000 record bracelets. The process begins with cutting the record down to the desired size. Their logo is then silkscreened onto the back of it. On the front, a silkscreen with one of their unique designs is pressed onto the record. Today, Wrecords by Monkey sells jewelry in over 20 states and in Japan. Brian and Monkey's jewelry reflects the urban environment in which it's created, like the series they call Off the Train.
So Off the Train is inspired by the J line. You'll see tons of pigeons, cityscape skylines, skateboarders, and everything in between.
New Yorkers can buy one of their bracelets around the city where they sell their goods on weekends. Depending on their size, bracelets sell for between $15 and $30. Here at the Brooklyn Flea Market in Fort Greene, young professionals, families, and college students look for vintage toys and vinyl accessories. Here, Brian can sell up to 50 bracelets in a day.
They're very hard to choose because they're all so great. This is Wrecords by Monkey, and these are gifts that I am taking to Portland, Oregon.
Wrecords by Monkey is proud that their products carry a low carbon footprint.
We try to use all water-based inks on top, so everything is printed in acrylic inks, and we are recycling the record, and we try to use every part of the record to the fullest, trying not to throw away scraps, trying to use the centers and use the whole part of the material, because records do not biodegrade. They're going to go sit in the landfill and just sit there. You know, they're going to be there for when our grandkids are there.
Now, instead of taking up space in a landfill, these old vinyl records are being used to create a unique, wearable art at Wrecords by Monkey, where, as they like to say, fashion, art, and music collide. For the New York City News Service, this is Joe Walker.